What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here today to give you my top 5 trade destinations for DeAndre Hopkins. Let's talk about it. So, your boy is good, man. I don't want to toot my own horn, but your boy is alright at doing this YouTube stuff. December 13th, I put out my prediction video that the Cardinals would trade DeAndre Hopkins in 2023. Yesterday, January 10th, almost a month to my video, almost a month, just a couple days off. A report started flooding out immediately out of nowhere that the Cardinals are looking to trade away Hopkins this offseason. Now, I don't feel comfortable on just one team. I really don't. That's why I chose to do five. I'm not quite comfortable just trying to pick one. His services are needed all around the NFL, so it could be a team not even on this list. But these five, to me personally, are the most likely. Maybe later on I get a better feel for, but right now, these are my top five, and it's in no order. I gave you two. If you saw my thumbnail, which you should, if you on this video, I gave you the Giants and the Ravens. I think those two are the most uh, are the most likely and also the most obvious. So let's talk about them first. The Ravens, clear as day. Lamar, if he stays, which I believe he will, he'll probably be franchise tag most likely. But if he does stay, he needs help. Or whoever the quarterback is needs help. They can't win with just those running backs and no receiving help with no receiving corps. Rashawn Bateman looked cool at certain moments, but was hurt most of the year. Hey, he has some great moments though. I will say that. The speedster Duvernay is cool, but he needs to be healthy more often. He needs to be more consistent. Mark Andrews kind of fell off after the first half of the season. Plus, Lamar been hurt the last 5 6 weeks. So just a tough year for the Ravens. Tough last year too. I think once Lamar comes back, you know, to make him and push him over the edge to be a better passer of the ball, you got to get him a star guy. We've seen it with a bunch of quarterbacks who aren't great or who aren't established yet as passers. When you get them a star receiver, it makes them look better. It makes their passing game better. And we know Lamar and what the Ravens want to do, and that's run the ball. But if Lamar can get a good guy, a great guy, excuse me, in DeAndre Hopkins, it will make life so much easier. Next to the Giants, clear as day as well, obvious. They need help immediately, and they're probably the only team in the playoffs with this bad of a receiving corps. Their receiving corps sucks. A bunch of no names. We got Richie James. There's not no names. I take it back. They are decent. They're okay, but even the Ravens to me have a little better roster receiving corps in total than the Giants. But Daniel Jones has made it work, and he's definitely gonna get paid nicely. Saquon's gonna get paid nicely, but they need some receiver help coming 2023. Why not D Hop in New York? That'll be fantastic. He'll be in the big time. He's kind of been, he got his credit for being top two, top three couple years back, especially when he was in Houston. But Houston's a smaller market, as far as sports goes. Arizona definitely a smaller market. Going to New York, D Hop, and will definitely be in the spotlights, definitely be in prime time, and he'll be getting his just due once again on the mainstream big media, because he's kind of been low key last couple years. Plus, he served suspension for 6 weeks this year. And Kyler Murray's been up off and on, kind of had hot streaks, cold streaks the last couple years as well. So but I think the Giants need them badly as well as the Ravens do. Next up, New England Patriots. We've seen on Hard Knocks his and Bill Belichick's exchange, and I don't watch Hard Knocks at all, but I just seen it on Twitter. But just seeing Bill Belichick talk to him the way he did and give him compliments, it kind of, like, okay, if some were to come up, it would be a nice pairing. The only thing is, I don't know, man. The D Hop fit the Patriots system. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of like great receivers and the Patriots system don't really go hand in hand. Their system more based off timing and sequences. Um, D Hop, he's a good route runner, but he's not a crisp route runner per se. He's more of just a great pass catcher. But he definitely does run decent, good, pretty good routes. I'm not gonna lie and say he's terrible, but he's not like the most crisp of route runners. He just gets the ball and brings it in. So I don't know if it fits scheme wise, but shucks, if you can get him, and just make it work with Mac Jones, whoever the Patriots quarterback is in 2023. Also, their top pass catcher, Jacoby Myers, is going to be a free agent. So that makes sense there. Next, the Green Bay Packers. Now, this is with Aaron Rodgers or without Aaron Rodgers. I think trading for D Hop could definitely entice Aaron Rodgers to come back. If not, Jordan Love still needs a quarterback still needs a wide receiver to throw to. Alan Lazard, who's a free agent, also has some not so good words to say about the Packers. His last post game press conference, he looks like he's going to be gone. That's a guarantee from what it looks like. But you have a lot of unreliable weapons, inconsistent young guys, in Dobbs and Watson. Unproven guys, and that kind of had early struggles for the Packers. If those guys could have stepped up earlier, maybe the Packers would have been in a better spot. So it's a lot of what ifs there, but I do like their young receiving corps. They need a star, a real star that can really, just a go-to guy. And Watson was that down the stretch, but he's young, still inconsistent, still not, to me, he's not quite tough enough yet to deal with the physicality full time because he gets banged up a lot, sits out a couple plays or sits out a half or something. So, I want to see him be a more tougher, more stronger. But he definitely played well down the stretch. Dobbs kind of was hot in the first half of the season and then got a little injured, came back and never really caught rhythm again with Aaron Rodgers. So, but this is a good move whether Rodgers return or not. If Love is the guy after this season, Love still need. If you want to be a competitor and be a contender in the NFC, you still need a guy like D Hop to help push you over. So I would love to move either way. But if you get this move early enough before Rodgers retires, I would definitely see him jumping on the bandwagon to come back to play with D Hop and Christian Watson too. That'd be a pretty nice, and no, still Aaron Jones, Aaron Donald, Dillon, excuse me, and AJ Jones. I can't. AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones plus D Hop, plus Christian Watson and Dobbs. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I wouldn't mind coming back for that as well. Because Rodgers, if he retires, he might still come back another year or two from now. He's still able to play. He's not like he's close to being sorry or anything. He's still a great player. He's still a great player. Make all the throws. So that makes sense there. And last but not least, the Chiefs. They're on every list. The rich always look to get richer, but this would make sense though. This won't be a kind of a forced move. Juju Smith-Schuster, who I'm not a big fan of at all. He's on his last year of his deal. He only signed a 1 year deal, so he'll be a free agent, and he's not worth a lot of money to me personally. I don't know if the Chiefs will bring him back. He had a pretty decent season with the Chiefs, nothing too spectacular, nothing great. But if you can upgrade him for D Hop, that'll be amazing. The main three guys on the roster next year, I think taking up a total of 15 million in cap space. Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, and MVS. So I think adding a guy like D Hop would be good. His contract isn't too crazy, isn't overbearing, it isn't too expensive. So only 2 years left on D Hop's deal. So I think that makes sense. For the last 2 years of his deal, I would make that trade for D Hop, something different. So you'll have good speedsters and Tony, Sky Moore, who's a versatile guy, and then you have MVS, who's a speedster as well, also been inconsistent. You know, um, I think D Hop would definitely be an amazing pairing with him and Kelsey, and then those other three guys mentioned. They'll be scared to see, and that's something that. And the Chiefs always look to kind of reinvent themselves. I think they'll be crazy, and they'll be, a crazy good look, So that's my five list. Chiefs in no order: Chiefs, Giants, Patriots, Packers, Ravens. I think one of those five teams right now are my favorites to land D Hop in via trade, probably a first round and maybe a day 3 pick, day 2 pick maybe, but probably day 3, first round and day 3 pick should get it done. So that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.